Welcome, everybody. Happy Wednesday. It's good to see you. I'm excited for today. Uncle Doug's down there on the bottom joining us, and I'm going to unmute him. There we go. You're unmuted.
Hello, welcome everybody.
So he can say hi. Let's
Hi
very
there.
quickly show what the big loot giveaway is going to be. Um, but I'm excited because tomorrow morning, super early in the morning, my brother and I were going down to Virginia to go see our parents. And then they have a big show that they're participating in. So they always want me to come down and sell my jewelry. So I'm excited for that. But this big loot giveaway is gorgeous. This piece specifically, I was thinking, because it was obviously a misstamp, but if you cut this blank part off, it would be a super cute, just smaller lunar butterfly. But some good stuff. You guys know the drill. All you have to do is love react to the live demo for a chance to win. At the end, we will spin the wheel, and to claim it, you must have an open order with us on vintageliveshop.com. And then we will have a few trivias to do today as well. But I think that's about it for the start of it. Are you okay to hop off and then we'll bring it back on, Uncle Doug? Awesome sauce. We'll see in a bit. All right. Hi, ladies. I have to refresh my page to see your comments, of course, because Facebook had to change the way that they do things. Looks like we have Peggy and Lisa, Connie, Candy. Good to see you, ladies. Oh, Uncle Doug doesn't sound like he's in a cave this time. That's good. Good to see you, lovely ladies. We have a lot of fun stuff today. This collection is called Lunar Dream Collection because there are some moons and some really beautiful, like dreamy type designs that we're working with today. Sherry can't find me on Facebook. If you go to the main page, there should be a red live around Vintage's profile picture. If you click on that, you should be able to find the Facebook one, but you can watch from YouTube as well. We love our YouTube ladies as much as we love our Facebook ladies. And I'll try to pop up your comments as I see them, but it's good to see you guys. All right, let's get into some jazz. What do we want to start with? Maybe we'll start with the cuckoo clocks, maybe. And then we'll mesh those with these because both of these are super easy and they'll go super quick. These two are going to be bunched together because they're using the same kit together. And then we'll do these ones kind of separate. So that works out. All right, let's get into our cuckoos first. These are adorable, you guys. I super limited on these cuckoo clock stampings there. Aren't those gorgeous? Absolutely love those. And they sit just so beautifully when they're being worn. I might even wear these down in Virginia. We'll see. I mean, there's a bunch of jewelry, and I know you guys had seen my post in DIY with my huge pogboard of just jewelry. Not even just jewelry, just earrings. That's only earrings, and that's not even all of my earrings. Isn't that crazy? But pogboards, I have found, are very useful for doing that and for hanging earrings because it saves me a ton of space. And I thought Peggy's comment on the post was hilarious. She's like, should do that at home and then dare Ian to say something because I have so much jewelry at the house. And Ian goes, don't bring it home anymore. Like, you don't have space for it. But now that I found the pogboard trick, he might be in some trouble. We'll see. But I am super happy that I kind of just played around with putting some earrings on the pogboard. And then it's really cool because when I walk into my office, it's there on the back wall. So it's like the first thing I see when I walk into my office, all the pretty metal, the pretty handmade designs, everything. It's like magic. Oh, yay. Good. Sherry found us on Facebook. Lovely. All right. Let's dig in. Dig in, dig in. Earring kit that I'm popping up first is cart 100. That's for the Cuckoo Clock Dragonfly earring kit. We love it. 20 pieces for $20. Everything that you need to make these earrings does come in the kit. I did not lay out the jump rings, but do know those do come with the kit. So everything you need to make these comes in this listing. And I think I only have 5, or no, now 4 left. I only have 4 of these left. And once they're gone because I don't have any more of that stamping. So you'll want to get into that ASAP. And I think I can only punch one of these. Yes, I can punch one because I think I had 21 total. So I can only list 10 so that I can have one to demo with, which is nice. All right, grab your hole punches, ladies. We're going to start with our first hole punch on our Cuckoo clock here. And I noticed directly down from that hole is kind of these 2 little drops there. Geez, if it'll let me focus it, I think I have to like hold it sideways or something. Go like that. Let me grab my beetle here so I can point to it, because I find that that's easiest when I'm trying to point to something that's kind of small. But I'm going to punch right here. So it's not going on top of this drop, but it's going right beside, right under the shorter drop. So we're going to punch right there to get our first hole. I'm going right next to that longer drop, right under the shorter drop. And pull that off. So then you have your hole directly below, which is super nice. And then you're also, I did not plan on doing this. I did not plan on cutting the tail. So initially, what I was going to do is I was going to have it formatted like this, where this lower drop dropped a bit more than that higher one. So if you want to do this with the longer one, obviously don't cut it. But what I tried doing here is I tried punching without hammering this dapped area first. And the punch was too big, so it went over the side. So then to save this piece, I just cut it, and then I cut it here and then hammered this dapped piece so it would come to a more flat point, and then you're able to fit your hole punch there, which I'm going to try and see if it'll even work if I just hammer that smaller part, if we can do the longer version as well. So we're going to bring our bench block out here and a hammer, and just the tail end. I want to see if I can get it big enough for a punch. I can't do that very first one here. If I go over the edge, then I'll go up to this next one, because I'm pretty sure that's the same size as the one that's above it. But we'll see. We'll see if the bottom part of this tail is punchable. Which I'm going to go right in the center and see if it is. If I go over the edge, it's not a big deal because I can just go up another. So yeah, it's still too small while being hammered. So you will have to cut some of your dragonfly tail. So we'll try this next one here, because this one's a little bit bigger than, and if not, then you'll just have to punch it where the finished example has it punched. We'll see. Good news, that one works. So if you want to leave it dropped a little bit more, always file that too. So after hammering it, kind of gives it a square edge. I want it to be more of a rounded edge. So I'll come in here with my file, round that out a bit. And that also prevents you from getting those sharp points. Rub your finger along it to make sure that it doesn't catch. But rub your finger gently so you don't cut it if it ends up being pretty sharp. Lovely. So we'll try the longer version, and then you have the shorter version up there. All you would have to do is cut another piece of that tail off and just go up one more for this example. So that works nice. We'll connect these two with a jump ring. And then you're going to want to hammer the crap out of these and all of them. And then we'll take a relief block to them so you can see that high brass. And then it gives the hammered texture a really, really vibrant look. High contrast. There we go. I really love these dangles. And these are the same dangles that I used with those copper coated suns a little bit ago. So if you go to this listing, which I do have that in bulk, and I have the dragonflies in bulk too. The dragonflies are pretty limited. I only have 4 packs of the dragonflies left. So cart 101 for the solid brass dragonfly, 8 pieces for $20. I have featured this a few times. So you can see those finished inspo pictures in this listing on vintageliveshop.com if you need those. And then the blank that I'm hammering right now will be cart 102, 24 pieces for $20. These are super cute. If you don't know what to add for dangles at the bottom of a piece, these are more than likely going to be a lifesaver for you because they look great. All right, so now that we have our hammer texture, now we need to bring out some of that lighter brass. So we're going to take our relief block and kind of highlight some of those spots. It might be easier to put it down because then you can get a little bit of a stronger hold on it while you're relieving it. Love these blanks. That's looking pretty good. Might do a little bit more. I'm gonna go on this side though. Yeah, that's pretty. And then you're going to connect that there. Let me get some pliers here. My chain nose pliers. What did I use? I used JR10s, it looks like. So we're going to take a JR10 here. Open that up. String that to the bottom of our dragonfly. And then what did I use at the top there? It looks like I used maybe a JR20 to connect the cuckoo clock to the dragonfly. Grab one of those JR20s from the side. Those up here. This would be a cute necklace pendant too. Close that up. Stunning. And then for these drops here, you would add a hole punch right in this corner here of the dragonfly wing on either side. And then from there, you'll attach your JR20 and drop 2 more of these blanks down from the sides. I love that. And you could just keep it like that if you wanted as well. You don't have to do all 3 danglies. You could just do 1 dangly and then do your direct connection ear wire to stamping. Love it. Super duper cute. Let me see if I can see your comments here. Don't you love the cuckoo clocks? They're so cute, Cindy. Hi, Janet. Good to see you. Do you have any more of the big Home Sweet Home charms? I paired mine with a ladybug. Home Sweet Home. Are you talking about the home shaped pewter piece that's plated? You have to clarify just a little bit more for me, Lisa. Corey, tell the folks over on YouTube, you need to like to be entered at the drawing at the end. So you have to like and then comment your first and last name or first name or something, not just your username. So it's hard to tell. I know, no tail cutting for Pegs. Sorry to disappoint. You could actually, Peggy, good idea. You could curl the bottom of the tail up as well if you didn't want to cut it off. Cindy also suggested that. Yes, yes. Okay. That's those. And then we'll hop right into the like the peacock themed. I was kind of thinking of Lisa and her peacock theme with these. Love those. So we'll hop right into those. And then after these, we'll bring Uncle Doug on for a trivia. So get prepared over there. And then yeah, that sounds good. And then nothing. I think that just sounds great. Oh, sorry. I can't answer your call right now. Good thing. Hey, good thing I don't use my phone for this anymore. Because then the screen won't get black and everything. Now I'm just using two devices. So I don't have to block you guys out in the case that I do happen to get a call. Okay. Next up. These are super cute. And they also come in a complete kit. And not only will you get enough to make one pair, you're going to get enough to make two pairs of this earring with this kit. All right, so we're gonna bring out these plumed feathers. You're gonna need 4 of them for one kit. You're going to get 8 total for this kit. So you need those, and then you'll need some eyelets as well. Those will also be coming in the kit. And then your 2 little flat backs along with your marquee ear wires. So all of these will be coming in the kit, plus a whole nother set. Because I only pulled enough to photograph one kit, and then when I was pricing it out, it made sense to make it 2. So there we go. You'll get this times 2 for $24, cart 103. And I only use the blue violet color shift on these for the paint version. So if you needed a paint color for that, that is blue violet color shift and only blue violet color shift. Big fan. It gives it a really pretty like periwinkle look over top of the solid brass, which I love. Okay. These do not come with a left and right. So the back looks pretty dang similar. And then when it's painted, you can't even really tell. So I have them put together like this. Laid one on top of each other, and we're gonna bring out our steel bench block again because we need to attach these together. I'm gonna put our, oh, of course you're gonna fall. I'll put down one and then put down the other, but opposite side. And you could do this a couple ways. So to do it my formation, you're gonna put them together like that. Otherwise, you could put them together like this and have a whole U shape for filigree earrings. So that versus that, or you can spin that back around for the normal shape that I have, for example. You can do that. Gorgeous. And then let's hammer down this eyelet. I'm just going to come directly on top and hammer straight down. That way I can still fit a jump ring through there. That's why I'm using the eyelet. And then once I have my other eyelet in, this will not be moving from side to side, which we love that. So hammer that down a little bit more. Looks great to me. We're gonna need to grab another one of those eyelets. So this eyelet's in that top hole. This next eyelet, we're gonna put right here in between both filigree. And my nice side, I want to face down, and then I want my hammered side on the back. So I'm gonna face it this way, get those through the holes like that to prevent it from splitting. And then we're gonna hammer that down as well. Gorgeous. Looks great to me. Now, the blue-violet color shift, which of course I left all my paint in my office, but good thing I have my headphones, so you guys can just come with me. You might hear a little bit of my music, but I shouldn't stay in here too long. Okay, that's a big paint thing. Blue-violet color shift. I'm probably gonna need my paintbrushes too. And then I also have a little tip and trick for you guys on your paintbrushes too that I found out last time. Okay, got all my paints. They're in this big holder here. And hopefully I don't knock that over like I did one of the other weeks. That was like a really bad week. Where it's like, oh my goodness, like the live's cutting out. Uncle Doug's stuff wasn't working. My paint thing tipped over. It was just one heck of a week. All right, so for the earrings that you're seeing here, you're gonna use the blue-violet color shift and just put it all over front and back. But you know me, I like to, especially if it's like an easy one color thing, I like to change it up a little bit during the live and do a whole different color. So let's do, should we keep it blue toned? Yeah, probably. I'm liking the blues. Let's do teal blue for this next one. And there's so many different color combinations you can do. And that's why I like changing it the heck up. Also, little tip and trick. I have 1 cup with water, 1 cup that's dry. When I'm done with my one brush that's in the water, I dry it off and I put it in my dry cup. Instead of having all your paintbrushes sitting in a wet cup and ruining your paintbrushes, just have 2 cups side by side. And then when you dry that one off, put it into the dry cup. And then when you need to rinse, put the other one in the other cup. Love it. We love our little tips and tricks and all sorts of fun stuff like that. Okay, grabbing some paper towel. Grabbing some paper towel. Oh, Corian, don't start with your. I always do that. I always break out into like little songs. And you guys don't need an American Idol show from Corian. That's for sure. You're so sweet, Lisa. Hold on. Pop up your comment here in a sec. Jean said she loves these earrings. All right. Jean said she liked all the sets. Me too. You're so sweet. Lisa, she said your peacock is a total head turning composition. You're so sweet. I know, Peggy. I really love the teal blue. So I'm excited to see what they look like on this design. And I'm doing the paper towel technique because I am working with filigree, and when you're using a paintbrush or direct contact from the nozzle to the metal, there's a lot of holes, so you could waste a lot of paint. Which if you're totally okay with that, do it. And then if you have other uses, totally cool too. But I like to do it with that. And what am I missing here? I'm missing my heat gun. Of course I am. I don't know where that's. It's probably also in my office, but oh well. Not that we need that for this, but the heat gun makes the process a lot faster, especially if you're using the antiques. We might have to just go get that quick too. But it's kind of giving it a like a light green tone right now with it being over the brass. Let me go get that. I'm not going to waste time today. It's not when I have a lot of packing to do at home. Okay. Ready for ready. You don't have to worry about silence with me because Corian knows how to fill silence. I just talk. Talk. You guys like talking? I love talking. Just got here and just caught the tail end of your tip on paint cups. Can you please repeat it? Hi, everybody. Okay. Hi, Janet. Peggy says she doesn't mind me breaking into song. Well, I'm glad you don't, but I'm sure other people do. So Janet, with the paint brushes, I have 1 cup with water, 1 cup that's dry. So when I'm done utilizing a brush and I need to rinse it, I'll rinse it, dry it with a paper towel, and put it in the dry cup. If I plan on using it again, I'll leave it in the wet cup, but I don't like having more than like 1 or 2 brushes in the wet cup at a time because then I'm going to forget about it, etc., and I'm going to ruin my brushes. Yes. Thanks, Peggy. And I have noticed that that's helped me tremendously. All right, now I'm going to do this at the same time that the heat gun's on. You guys see how much faster that color applies and how much more opaque it looks when you have the heat gun on when you're applying it. So hopefully that gives you a firsthand example as to what exactly I was talking about with using the heat gun while applying your paints at the same time. So I think I'm gonna leave a little bit of that solid brass shining through because I am liking that look. That I am. Put that off to the side. Be careful handling your pieces after they are wet. And then if you do want to get these inner pieces, take a small paintbrush like this and then just do like spotting on the inside by using your small paintbrush. And that'll pick up any pieces underneath. And then if you pre-paint, you won't have to, paint it like this. Looks like Uncle Doug dropped out. I wonder if his stuff stopped working again. Hopefully he'll be back for trivia. Lovely. I'm gonna leave some of this. This is the back anyway, so it's not as important as the front. Got it. Dip that into my wet bucket or wet cup. Take our relief block to it. Bring some of that top high brass back out. Gorgeous. He's back. That's so pretty. Ooh, that color is so stinking pretty. Okay. Loctite is next. Of course, I think I left my good Loctite in my office as well. Because this is the bad one. Not that it's bad, but I have Loctited itself shut. Which I don't know if I'll be able to get it today. Probably not. All right. Anyhow, you take your Loctite and you put a little splattering of that on top of the eyelet here. You can backfill it when you're done. You glue that on. Let me get you a closer up version of this. There we go. It won't let me zoom it unless I like take myself off and then come back on. So you glue that there, and then the back hole here, you can drop a little more glue in there just to give it some more security if you need. But that teal blue, stunning. And then you do another direct connection with your ear wire. But with the ear wire here, if you want to do the direct connection, you're going to have to make your loop just a tad bigger. So I'm going to open the loop. I'm going to grab it from a little bit lower and then pull the loop back up. That's going to give me a really good size to hook that on. They're secured. Oh, I might have done it a little too small. I might need to make that a little bit bigger. And just go down a little bit lower. Make that a little bit wider. Thread that through our eyelet. Nice. Stunning. Can round that out a little bit more, I'm thinking, but it's looking pretty good. And then your little front back. And if you wanted to, you could do a rivet down here at the bottom instead of an eyelet if you wanted the whole thing to have a flat top for you to heat it down. Same, Janet. That's why I was looking for a new way of like cleaning my brushes and things because I was ruining too many as well. Heat and dab. Yes, yes, yes. If you are having issues getting your paints to adhere quickly, heat and dab, heat and dab. I love that. Heat and dab. To be notified of these live events and classes, text LIVE to 855-948-2148. Reminders are sent 5 minutes before the event begins, and that's same with like pre-orders and stuff like that. Love it, love it, love it. Adorable. All right, let me just bring up the one bulk pack that I have for this. Is Uncle Doug ready for a trivia? Awesome. I'll bring him on in 1 second. Cart 104, 10 pieces for $20. The plumed leaf filigree. Solid brass. If you want it in bulk. Otherwise, grab that kit. Comes with enough to make 2 pairs, so you can make this color and that color by buying that one listing. Amazing. Let's bring Uncle Doug back on. Welcome.
Hello. Nicely done.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, if you have 2 sets, you could do that alternate, the rounded version and the other.
Yes.
Yeah,
For sure. You can most definitely do both.
pretty
All right.
cool.
Let's put our trivia winners up.
Yeah,
So you're
going to
going
the
to get
wood.
3 panels.
Yeah,
This one's taped so that piece stays in there. But so you have this panel, adorable. This panel, adorable. And this panel, also adorable.
break out those stains.
Yep. And these are no longer available on retail or wholesale because these are the last pieces. So if you want them, get your trivias.
Oh, those are last of those styles.
Yep.
Yeah, we have a good variety still left of the
Oh,
just all
yeah.
the styles.
We have
These
so
are
many.
these are out of production. Already, ready for a question?
Yes, sir.
What is the chemical symbol for gold and what is its atomic number? What is the chemical symbol for gold and what is its atomic number? This should be very fast. I think we have a lot of ex-chemistry teachers and stuff out here. Or people who are good students in high school and university.
Not me.
Or alchemists in their hobbies.
Mm-hmm.
Now you might have to look at the Facebook because I don't think my Facebook comments are updating live, and I don't understand why. Is yours like that still, Corey?
Yeah, so I'm just viewing them straight from my iPad so they come in live. Otherwise, I have
Oh,
to
they do.
refresh the Facebook every time.
Okay, yeah. See, that's my problem with Facebook. So
Mm-hmm.
you'll have to take a look at the comments coming because I have to literally reload Facebook, open up your session
I
again.
have Lisa Mack AU79.
So they come in live. Otherwise, I have to refresh Facebook.
You're echoey.
Yeah, see, that's my problem with Facebook. I'm trying to cut this volume off. There we go. Oof. See, that was the problem. Also, if you reload the video, it turns the audio on in my other
Right.
window again. So, okay, AU79. Let's see who's got the. I believe that it would be Lisa.
That's what I
Lisa's the
have on
first
mine.
with both answers. Lisa Mack. Hey!
Good job, Lisa. So she's getting this splattering. I'm going to take Uncle Doug off for a second so I can unzoom.
Okay.
All right, you're back on. She's getting this splattering of panels, which look at how many pieces come in a panel. That's so good. And what, they retail for like $7 a piece about, I think. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Like 50 cents per piece. Go
Pretty
and
good.
get them. What the heck?
Pretty
So
good.
good.
Okay, you ready for doodle doodle?
Yepper.
Okay,
Yay.
there's Lisa Gold Mac.
Love it. Lisa is golden.
Golden. She's the golden child today.
She knows, or we know she loves her panels.
Oh yeah.
All right. Well, we will see you when you get back over
I'll be
here.
over there in a minute.
Okay, bye. How fun. So the first panel set goes to Lisa, and we have 2 more panel sets that we're going to cover today for trivia. So that's exciting. Okay. Let's do some hammering. Peggy, are you excited for hammering? Because that's what this kit entails, and it entails a lot of it. So I'm sure you're going to have a blast for this kit. If I can just get these out here. Aren't these moons so cute, you guys? I love them. Okay. Let's get this kit up first. So this earring kit's 25 pieces for $29 comes with everything you need to make both of these earrings, these pairs of earrings with. So everything you need, from the crystals to the ear wires to the chain to the stampings to the blanks. Everything you need for these 2 kits comes in this one listing for $29, cart 105. And we'll get into, there we go. Now that they're set out a little bit nicer, I'm gonna have,
Find an empty bin.
oh,
The nice.
oh yeah. 2 blanks, 2 solid brass blanks. Nope, I have my Coke. Thank you. 2 natural brass spring leaves, 2 of those square copper crystals, which these would look cute with just the circles. I didn't even notice that. Look at those, you guys. Don't we just love coming up with like all sorts of cute new things to do while we're trying to do what we're already doing? You're gonna get the 2 blue crystals, you're gonna get the F20s, and some of that coin chain, along with the ear wires and the jump rings, you name it. To start, this is what you're gonna need. I am very limited on these blanks. I think I might have 3 packs left. Bulk packs, that is. 24 pieces for $20. The solid brass blank. This is a larger blank, cart 106. Otherwise, they do come in kits. So you'll want to grab those. And if you want to make these, you're probably going to want to buy 2 kits, because these 2 is 1 blank, that 2 is 1 blank. So you're either going to want to get a bulk pack, or save your crystals and just keep the circles normal. But that's so cute. I really like that. And just imagine the hammered texture behind the spring leaves there. Stunning. Yes, ma'am, I got you, Lisa. I have it set aside with your name on it, and we will add that to your order. Okay, looking for more of the silver round scalloped frames. Can you send me a message, Lisa? Um, over email or Facebook with like photos of the other pieces you're talking about. And then I'll get to those once I'm back from Virginia. Okay. So we have the blank packs. We also have the spring leaves. So this leaf pack in bulk, cart 107, natural brass leaf pack, I've also demoed with these several times, and all of those are inspo photos are in the listing on vintageliveshop.com. So 14 pieces for $20, cart 107 for the natural brass spring leaves. And I believe those are the only 2 bulk packs that I have for this kit or for these earrings. So grab the kits so you can get the crystals, the F20s, everything that you need to make them. Okay. To start, I'm going to get a pencil, which I also probably don't have one out here. I have like one pencil in this whole building. Everything else is pens. And I wasn't thinking about needing a pencil for a blank, but you're going to want a pencil because you don't want to necessarily use the Sharpie because it's not going to come off super easy. So I've learned that using a pencil is very beneficial, especially to creating this kit. So I'm going to draw out a moon on this blank. And I want my moon to keep this this hole here because I want to use that as an existing hole. So I'm just going to start my point kind of on this side, go directly down, create another point on this side, and then I'm going to round it and meet those points together. Round. If I need to come in a little more, I'll come in a little bit more to give it more of a moon shape. So the pencil markings, they're light, and then if I need to, I'll just move my finger on it and kind of wipe it off a little bit. Be like, okay, I need to redo that. I'm gonna start my line directly here and draw it out on the blank. And you can file it if you want to make it a little more smooth, change its shape a little bit, but I think that's looking pretty good. I might be down a little bit here. Just bring my point out a little bit more. Okay, grab your shears. These bad boys, it's going to be way easier to cut your metal using these. And we're going to follow that same line that we drew on the blank. It doesn't have to be like a super, super clean first cut either, because you can go in and you can file things off. So don't get frustrated that it's not looking super clean at first. You do have to do some work to it. I mean, look at it. You're like, oh no, what do I even do with that? I'll show you. Don't worry. And then this is our other piece that we'll be using in a bit. All right, I'm going to take my chain nose, bend that up, kind of make it a little bit more flat so I can bring my hammer in and really get it nice and chunky. This one's a little bit more of a thicker moon. You can go in there and maybe blend that out a little bit. I'm going to hammer it flat first. Good. I come in and file some of this down. So there were some points in here where it didn't quite get all of the metal, so I can like bend that up. Use this cutter to snip that off and then go back in with the file to save some filing time. And be careful on these like points too, because those do get really sharp. So you're gonna really want to round those points out. And come on the back too and make sure that I don't have stickies up here. Round that pumpkin out. What are your weekend plans while I'm going to town on this filing here? Might snip that a little bit more. It's just a little chunky that I'm not liking right there. I'm gonna try and pull that out. Notch it a little bit more so it's easier for me to file in. Where's my shears here? I'm gonna come in and round this out a little bit more. If it'll let me. That's better. Okay, so anyway, you're just gonna keep filing until you get all your points smooth, which it might take a minute. I should have made that a little less notchy when I was going through and cutting, and should have paid a little bit more attention to that spot specifically. So once you get one good one, then you use that to trace your other lines. That's looking pretty good. I'm gonna come in with my rounded side now. Really mark it up with that hammer texture. I'm gonna go along the edges too with the rounded side so I can flatten out those edges a little bit more. I said Peggy's probably gonna love this one because there is quite a bit of hammering. Looking good. Using the light reflection to see if there are spots where I want it hammered a little bit more. I'm gonna turn it around, hammer it flat again. All right, it's a little rough in there yet. Thinning out those edges is gonna make it a little bit easier to file as well. You can always go in and make that a little bit better later. And then you would fix this and round it out a bit more. This one's a little bit smaller than the original one I was working with because I didn't go as low or as high on these as I did this one. So we're gonna round it out a little bit just by using the shears. That's looking better. Hammer that as well. Gorgeous. Looking good. Gonna go around those edges a little bit more. Gorgeous, gorgeous. All right. Smooth out any of those points that you may have come across on your other blank. Perfect. I'm gonna punch a hole. I can do it like top or bottom. And I'm gonna go top with the point so it gets wider at the bottom. Okay, looking good, looking good. You need your Rivoli for this one and your square one for that one. Done hammering. I added some Victorian gold. So that's why this is toned a little bit like more warm and more orangey, is because that one has Victorian gold on it. But they look good if they're not painted as well. So I'll do this version not painted. Not that it's like a huge difference, but I mean, it's a big enough difference when you have them next to each other. We're gonna wrap this square Swarovski crystal like we would any of our Rivolis. So we're gonna pull up two sides to make it a connector. That's gonna sit right in the center. I think I'm gonna pull up these sides a bit more though, so I can kind of snap it in and it'll hold while I'm bending these prongs over. One side and the other side. It's a little off center there, Corian. Okay, well, we'll just work with that because I'm not pulling that apart. That's going to get connected by a jump ring. And then on these, hold this flat a little bit. So your moon is going to drop from a jump ring on the center hole. You're going to reserve these two side holes here for 2 more jump rings, and then you're going to dangle your coin chain from there. Like that. Take your spring leaf. These are JRV 55s. So they're solid brass JR 55s. Going to connect that to the leaf. You could wrap this too if you wanted. You could take one of these off if you wanted it lower. So I'm probably going to do that because my inners didn't turn out as long for this one. So I'm going to take this last leaf off here. You don't have to do this, but I'm going to do it so it looks pretty similar to my other pair. And then you could take the leaf and put it somewhere else. You could wrap the leaf up behind, totally up to you. You could drop it from somewhere else, leaving that up to you because we love inspiration. Can be inspired in a bunch of different ways. Pull this leaf up a little bit more to fit my file in there. Make sure that's pretty good. And then I'm going to twist that over a little bit so it looks like it's meant to be there. Grab that 55. I would personally probably clean that up a little bit more, but for the sake of time, we're not. Then we're going to put our crystal on that same jump ring. The JR55s are perfect for these square crystals. Love that. And then you can add a little, or add another JR55 or JRV55 at the top there, and then attach your ear wire, your shepherd hook ear wire. Where are my shepherd hooks? Over here. JR55 there. Ear wire there. And then your little other coins, or your F20 with your coin chain hanging down. Add your 2 jump rings to those 2 holes, and then direct connection from the F20 to the ear wire at top. I think those are the only bulk packs that I have for this. So let me bring you guys back to the kit. So earring kits, 25 pieces for $29. You get both of these earring kits in one listing for $29. I think that's a steal of a deal. And you're not wasting any of your blank by utilizing it with another piece. All right, let's check for comments. You need a howling wolf. on gold blanks or a werewolf. That would be cool. What is the gauge of the brass pieces? Are you talking about these blanks, Deborah? Let me know, because I might be able to pull up a gauge for you. I don't know off the top of my head. Let's see. My light fell. It's P295 or PV295 for the blanks. I'm assuming that's the gauge that you're asking for. Oh, I always did that wrong. I don't think we offer PV29 on the website anymore. Ooh. Deborah, if you email me, I can get you a gauge for that because I do not have the gauge listed on the retail site, unfortunately. Lay the one blank on top of the blank to have a shape to trace. Yes. Thank you for saying that, Peggy. That is what I did with these moon earrings. So, I mean, I very well could have taken this blank off and redone it that way. But when I cut this first blank, I laid the second blank on top of my other blank, used my pencil. I'm going to take my pencil out or my lead out of there. And then you go like this, follow the trace line of that, and then your two individual pieces line up as these and these. So your four individual pieces will line up with their pairs. Thanks for saying that, Peggy. I would have forgotten. I noticed with these that it's still pretty like I even tried hammering out this and that's still pretty dang sharp, like it's nicking my finger. So please file regardless. Don't just rely on your hammer. Always glide your finger to make sure that you don't have any of those spots that are sticking. Rosie's at the dentist. I hope you're enjoying your clean teeth. I love going to the dentist. My mom hates going to the dentist. I love how the hammered metal cups and curves up for interest. I seldom leave flat things back out. I like that. Some of the curved stuff would be for sure super cool. You do need to watch the replay, Rosie. You're going to love it. Okay. I think Uncle Doug is ready for a trivia. Is he ready for a trivia? All right, let's bring Uncle Doug back on here. Welcome back.
Hello. This is another scientific one.
Okay.
So let's see if it's answered as quickly as the last one.
Okay. These are
All right.
also the last of these panels. So if you want these panels, grab up the trivia because they're not coming back.
Okay, here's the question. What is the most likely outcome from drinking dihydrogen monoxide? What is the most likely outcome from drinking dihydrogen monoxide?
Don't forget to love react to the live demo today for a chance to win the big loot giveaway. And if you're on YouTube, like and comment your name, please. Not your username, your name. And you must have an open order with us on vintageliveshop.com so we can ship it to you.
Are the answers coming?
I have one over on Facebook right now.
You do? Okay, let me see. I even tried a different browser. I'm in a different browser and it's still doing the same thing.
Yeah, I think it's just Facebook.
So it must be just how they treat presenters, perhaps.
I mean, it's ridiculous though. Like this is a live video. We should be able to see comments in live time.
I know. I wish, because now I can't. I really can't see how quickly people are responding. And like I refreshed once, I still only have Gene Kyan's thing.
But it's not that answer.
Nope.
Okay. It's not death. I was thinking that if it was, you could draw like a tarot card with the death one, but it's not.
Gotta think really deeply on this one. Dig
We
down
have
deep to
someone over on YouTube.
all your life experience drinking dihydrogen monoxide. Let's see. Any more answers up there?
I have 2 more on Facebook, 1 on YouTube.
That's one. I'm looking to see if you're you pee. Edie, that's definitely one of the outcomes.
But it's not the outcome we're looking
Oh
for.
yeah, I know it. If I don't get another one, I will accept that one. If I don't get another one soon.
So
Maybe if I would write it, if I would
Sherry said kidney damage over on
I
YouTube.
saw that one. No, it's not that.
Not low blood sodium. That's Peggy's.
Okay, what if I write it differently?
Jean said laughing. Kathy said quench thirst. Janet
Oh,
said drunk.
Kathy, who?
Coppinger.
Okay, yeah, I think I'll probably take that one. Here's the way you can also write it this way. Dihydrogen monoxide.
H2O.
Oh, that was just kind of a silly. Is that Kathy Coppinger?
Kathy said quench thirst, and then Connie just commented and said hydration.
Hydration. Okay, yes. Who was the second one behind?
Kathy was first with quench thirst. Connie was second with hydration.
Yeah, I mean, I was actually the answer I was looking for was hydration, but quenching thirst is essentially,
Yeah.
I can't discount that one. So maybe we can find something for both of them.
Yeah. So I'll do quench thirst for Kathy. Good job, Kathy. And then hydration for Connie. Good job, Connie. We'll pull another.
But I only got well, you know what? I will do. This is Connie Benner.
Yep.
I've got an old doodle I never used before. It's not relevant, but I'll give her this one.
I have some. These are super cute, Connie. I'm gonna send these for your panels. You're gonna get 3 acrylic panels that can be painted. So Kathy will get the wood, Connie will get the acrylic. Or if Kathy wants the acrylic versus, whatever, it doesn't matter to me. So love that so many people are commenting though and participating in trivia.
Well, I made some changes to something I had for Connie so we could at least bring it in to make it
Sure.
sort of the same. All right, so here's Connie's. I added some raindrops to that one.
Oh, that's cute.
So that's one I had before. I never used it, and then here's what I had for Kathy.
Water. Love
Yeah,
it.
a little glass of water there.
I like Edie's comment. She goes, but the in quotes out quotes come is P. LOL.
Yeah, I like
That's
that.
so funny.
The outcome is what happened.
Yep. Okay. Well, we will see you when you get back over here.
Already.
Oh, how fun. Why don't you offer the acrylics on retail sites? So, good question, Peggy. I am super limited on these. I have a little, like maybe 20 of them over here on the shelf next to me. This is the only style that we have of them. So that's why the acrylics are not listed on retail.
Those from Joanne's.
Yes, because we're very limited on them.
Who got what?
Connie and then Kathy.
Connie got the wood.
Connie got the acrylic, Kathy got the wood. But that would be why we don't offer those on the retail site. Okay, next up is our big necklace, and I love this necklace. It's so cute. I was inspired by the bracelet that I did last week, that big honker one, using that same filigree. Oh, Jerry's here. That's my ringtone for the cameras. Yep. Okay. I really like this one, and I think you're really gonna like this one too. Grab the kit. Everything you need comes with it for $29, cart 108. So you're going to get a finished chain, comes with the clasp, already attached. So finished chain, CH0010, if you need to know the chain style. The filigree, the black Swarovski moon, which this is the moon here is the limiting factor for this kit. And then you'll get one of those chessboard sage pieces. This is the same crystal that I featured last week, but it's smaller than the other crystal. So we love that. And then you'll get your jump rings and everything. All that gets included as well, but I did want to pop those up for you. Oh, you're talking about tornadoes now? Well, yesterday, not even yesterday, like last night's weather was absolutely insane. There were so many tornadoes in Iowa. And there were two in Makokata, which is right across the river from my brother's house. And they're saying that's, these are coming straight towards Hanover, blah, blah, blah. So I was like, Karen, like, get your butt inside, be safe. The wind was crazy. The lightning was crazy. The thunder was just so loud. It was so beautiful. I love storms, and it's so relaxing just to crack your windows and, get the background sound of the thunder and the sound of the rain coming down with the nice fresh breeze coming in. Say less. Say less. All right. Super easy. You guys are going to love this. Grab out your big filigree, which I do have this in bulk packs. Very limited. So if you need a bulk pack of this, grab it. Otherwise, you're going to have to buy it at full retail, which this retails for at least $12, probably more like $14 now. Just like going off of memory here, natural brass, massive filigree. Look at that thing. It's the size of my palm. That's crazy. Grab that. Grab your little snippers. Your little flush cutters will work just fine for this. So in the bracelet, which I don't have that over here, I was looking for other ways to kind of expose this crystal more. So we're going to come in, we're going to leave the swirls. So as in swirls here, 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 and here. And we're going to cut out this center flower piece, which you can keep that there if you want, but it kind of hides the crystal a little bit. And this isn't a really big crystal, so that's why I wanted to expose that area. So we're going to come in and make our cuts and cut out the center flower. On all corners, there's a bunch of them. Then I want to keep teaching you guys how to view filigree in a way that you can cut it and make it into something upscaled or more beautiful, and gives you way more options and way more designs when you have multiple uses for one piece, which filigree is kind of endless when it comes to that. And then you have like a little sun that you could glue onto something or resin over, whatever you want. But then you have your center exposed, and then you can come in You can trim these up a little bit more if you want to do it with your cutters. Otherwise, you just take your file and shove your file in between there and get it that way. Where did I put that file? There it is. So I'll just come around, make sure I'm not catching too much. Really get on the insides of these. Get all those sharp. That's looking pretty good. Liking that. So now you can have your crystal exposed and then you're able to see those facets way easier. And then this filigree pack's the only bulk pack that I have for this. So I'm going to pop back up that necklace kit and let's see how many of those we have left. I have 7 of this necklace kit left. And I'm limited to these black moons. So once those are gone, this kit's no longer available. So next matter of business is cutting out this flower shape that I have wrapped around my chessboard crystal, which is going to give us a nice U once we fold this piece in half. So we need to come in and we need to follow the hard lines as in this line that goes and follows this flower shape. So that's the line that we want to keep. So that's the line that we're going to follow all the way around the piece. Grab your flush cutters again, because you need them. And you're going to follow that line and cut anything that touches that flower shape, that flower shape, because it's not a real flower, but you want to chop all of those. And we'll clean up anything that we need to after we have our shape cut out. And for this hard line here, you're going to cut above. You're not going to cut directly on the flower. You're just going to go a little bit above. I found that this was easier than trying to get in between the both of them. And then after the fact, I can come in and clean those up. Pull those tabs. Trying to move a little bit faster. But I want you guys to be comfortable with cutting your pieces. Because there are so many different shapes you can do. When you're doing this. Chop, 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 chop. And we chop some more. It's just taking a minute. That's okay. I need to slow down and smell the flowers every once in a while. Okay. Besides your plans, what are some pieces that you're wanting us to experiment and design with, or some pieces that you may have that are vintage, obviously, that you don't know how to use? Let us know. Comment and tag us in DIY with vintage, post pictures. So many people are willing to help with your inspiration, but we don't know if we can't see it or if we're never asked. So I love it when people reach out over email, so on and so forth, saying like, "Hey, Corian, I don't have any more of this piece, but I need this piece, and I can't find it on the site. Do you have any more? Or how do I use this piece? Or what demo was this from?" Ask questions, ladies. That's what we're here for. We're here to help and answer all of your questions. Okay, man, that took a minute, but we're good. We are all good. I'll flatten that out a bit. You see what I mean by cleanup? I'm going to show you from this angle. All these little tabby things are going to get snipped off. But it's easier to worry about that now that this part's out of there. And then we're going to come through and you'll clean up some of this as well. So you'll make, don't bend it too much, but make some of these spots more flush. And then you can also file that down. But we want to keep whatever shape we can of this, so hammering it won't do us much good here for this piece. Okay, well, it's looking pretty good for cuts. We need to go in and file, and then we need to cut up this piece as well. It's gonna be a fun kit for you guys. I'm excited. I'm excited for you to get to try your hand on it. That's gonna take a lot of filing. You're gonna want to file. But hey, the finished piece is worth it. 'Cause it's stunning. And you're probably not gonna be able to find another piece of jewelry like it. I should get some little like playlist music or something attached to the lives here. So whenever I feel the need to just like crack down, like maybe while I'm hammering or while I'm filing, um, I could play a little bit of music or something instead of having to chat and fill the silence, because that's just one of the things that I feel like I have to do during a live. Just chat. Okay, that's looking pretty good for the most part. I do want to get into cutting this other side though. I'm gonna cut some of those a little bit shorter. Ew. I just poked my finger with that. Okay. Nice. Now, these little prong things, we're going to come in and just snip them up to whatever line is smooth. Just taking a peek at my lines here. Probably, yeah, that's what I was thinking. Okay. I'm going to start my snip here. And then I'll show you guys this line that you're going to follow. So where these two dots are, you're going to follow this kind of circle line. So anything below those two dots, I'm chopping. So I'm chopping like that off, chopping that off, this, just going to follow that line all the way around and cut all those little sharp pieces that are sticking up out at us. I'm gonna clean those up really nice and get a decent frame for our wrap to be pieced into. I'm probably gonna drop that too. I think a little bit of music would be entertaining. I have to make sure that it doesn't go against Facebook policies or anything. Can you show a close up of this last cutting? Yeah, I'll zoom in. Let's do this. And then I will try my hardest to stay in frame here. So let me put put a blank here off to the side. You're not be able to see these blanks, but this is going to kind of show me where I need to be so you guys can see. Let me just put up a couple things here for my, okay. So as long as I stay within this section, you guys should be able to see it. Maybe I should point this over here a little bit more. Okay. Is that good? Do you want it full screen or anything? Let's go back to where I was here. And I will try to stay within my area that I need to, so you guys can see, and hopefully it'll stay in focus, because I can't necessarily look at the screen while I'm doing this. But if there's anything that I can do to make your experience better, please let me know, because I will try my darndest to do that. Okay. Try not to go over any spots that don't need to be cut too. Trying to avoid those. Be mindful about where your little where these tabs are dropping. One, so you don't put your palm on them and stab, but you also don't want to step on them later and have them stuck to the bottom of your shoe. So make sure you know where those are falling, and then scoop them into a little baggie and throw them away right away. All right, we're almost there. We're so close. So close and not far away. So we love that. Be like, how much longer? When are we gonna get there? Love those little road trip questions. Okay, we're gonna cut this one. There we go. I think my cutters are getting a little dull. I didn't have Kieran make them sharp again, and I don't know how he does it. I just give him something and say, I need this, and he does it. I don't ask questions, and it gets returned to me. So I don't know how he does what he does, but he does it, and it's always great. All right, just this last cut here, I think. Beautiful. And now we have a frame. You're welcome. And then you come in and file around as well. Yeah, you will have to ship yours back to sharpen. That's so funny. Yeah, I don't know how he does it. I don't know if he does it with like a Dremel type saw thing or if he just like files it or what he does. I'm sure you could probably take your file, like this file, to it and make it a bit sharper doing it that way. But I don't ever want to deal with things like that. So that's why Kieran does, because he enjoys like fixing tools and inventing things and creating. He's really good with stuff like that. So I'll let him be creative with fixing my tools. Because tools get expensive when you have to replace them too. And you don't want to be doing that all the time. So if you can get a little bit of life out of them by, filing and making them a little bit sharper, might as well just do it. Just do it. Okay. Next masterclass, oh my, he will refuse to go live or anything. He's just not that type of guy. He likes staying off of media, off of like all social media. He's not active on it like at all. So, I mean, good for him, right? But I don't think you'll ever get this is like Kieran, you get to meet Kieran. I don't think that will ever happen. Unfortunately. Cuz he's a great kid. Everybody that meets him likes him cuz he's funny and stuff like that. But all right. Sorry, I just got to get all these little metal shavings into the garbage can so I don't ruin my fingers. Okay, we're going to zoom out here. Jean, you're going to have to tell me how the heck you get this to zoom with Ainsley still on screen, because I have not found a way to do that here and it's been driving me nuts. Okay, because I have to go to the other view for it to even like recognize like that. I am only removing some of the DAP from this. I am not hammering it enough to get rid of the detail. So just light hammers to get the DAP put back down. Oh yeah, right. If it's Kieran going south, yes, he is going south with me. I told him he can probably sleep though, because we're gonna be leaving around like 4 a.m. So I was like, you can sleep. Oh no. Uncle Doug, my iPad's not charging. Even though it's hooked in. My Ethernet should still stay connected. Okay, I got it charging again. You're fine. I was like, I got like a low battery thing at like 10%, realized that it wasn't charging, and so I unplugged it and plugged it back in real quick. I'm not ending the live early today. It won't let me. We can talk about it probably next week before the live, Gene. Because I don't know what's selected or what's not selected right now. I'm not like tech savvy like Ainsley, where we can be like, oh Ainsley, like, how do we do this? I have no clue what any of my settings are. I just have things saved so I don't have to do that again or do it again, typically. Okay. Now I'm going to use my fingers to match the curve of the flat back crystal, that chessboard crystal. And my points are right around these swirls where my lift points are, where I need to fold. So I'm going to fold one section right at the swirls here. And I'm going to do that on the other one as well. So you can do it this way. You can just come straight up to the center of the swirls and then pull up if that's easier. However you want to do it. I'll slide my crystal in there and see where we're looking. I'm going to fold these in just a tiny bit more. Make sure I'm pretty centered. And then we're going to fold these little flaps over. Oh, I might have pushed that a little too much. We'll see. Oh, we might be okay. Oh, we might be okay. I need to shift my crystal. It's no longer center, so I'm gonna stick my bead all in there and use the filigree as leverage to get it back kind of in that center area. That's what I love about these bead alls. Multi-function. I'm gonna fold my sides down a little bit so it's less likely for that to move around while I'm finishing this. Gonna squeeze that in on all sides. Beautiful. Looks like I accidentally snipped that one a little bit. Kind of pulled it apart. Maybe be able to pull that back in together a little bit. I just probably wasn't being careful enough while I was doing my snipping. I didn't realize I even snipped that portion. It still looks cute. I can barely tell. Okay. Crystal needs to go back this way just a tad. Gorgeous. Oh, did I push that too much? I didn't push it enough. Okay. Now here for this filigree. That's pretty like it is. For like a bracelet. It was really pretty. And then you can frame it like this way too. If you want to just do a massive necklace, like you could frame something like that. Or you could do it horizontally this way. Or you could hang this from like up there and drop that down and frame something else in there. There's lots of so many different ways. That's why I'm saying, like, I'm wanting you guys to know how to cut your filigree and how to view those hard lines so it's easier for you. Oh, I need to just, there we go. You weren't tacked down enough for my liking. Okay. Now for this massive filigree, this is where your split's gonna be on both sides. So it is going to mirror. Isn't that pretty? I love that. I love that. You can smash them together. You can hammer them together a little bit if you want. You could glue them. But I think the jump rings kind of held it together a little bit more for me. So, one, adorable. You could do it like that. You could do it upside down, but we're doing it right side up. These jump rings will also be included. These are a little bit of the larger jump rings in the tiny jump ring sampler pack. They might be the 86s, the JR 86s, but I don't know for sure. You're gonna take those. We're gonna add one here. So it's connecting from the center to this hole on both sides, center to this hole. And then you're gonna go the bottom large one. You're gonna do another jump ring to this hole. And then on the opposite side, that same hole to that hole. These jump rings are gonna keep your piece more closed down here if you don't wanna glue it. And then it's going to suspend your wrap right above it. And then this bottom hole here we used for the black crystal. That. And then I used 2 JR20s, it looks like. And I tap, which then hook up to my chain. So JR20 there, and JR20 there with that hole. And then your chain and necklace is finished. So just adding some of your jump rings. When you're done with this, like this point, you add your jump rings and your crystal. And voila, complete. Oh, Peggy, 4 in the morning is cruel and an unusual punishment. That'll get us to Virginia around like 8 or 9 o'clock at night. Because it is a 14-hour drive from here. But Kieran usually is at work here by like 4 o'clock in the morning. So it's usually like that's about the time he's waking up anyway. It's gonna be a little early for me, but I'll have my Red Bull, so I'll be fine. Okay. Is Uncle Doug ready for a trivia before we get to our last piece? Let's hop him on. Let me take off this kit first, though. Welcome back.
It is great to be back.
Isn't that such a cute necklace? Don't you just love it?
I love it. I love it. Love it.
Love it. Okay. So we have one more panel sampling.
It looks like, Corey, you're going to have Kieran be the starting driver.
Oh, I know. So I can sleep or something.
For sure, yeah.
I don't even know if I'll be able to let him drive. I'm just one of those that likes to be in control and
yeah.
just does it.
You know,
I
when
just need
Nancy and I used to drive a lot all around the country, she loved to drive.
Sure.
We would drive. I would have to make her pull over so that I could drive some.
Right.
Now it's like I couldn't pay her to get behind the wheel.
You're her personal taxi.
Yeah, I mean, trips now are a lot more taxing on me.
Sure.
I used to get a lot of good reading and sightseeing in.
Oh, I can't read when I'm in a car. I will
I for sure can. If you're on the straight highway, it's no problem. If you're on, Blackjack Road, I don't think so.
Oh no, for sure.
Okay,
So
here's a question. A lot of you fine ladies will know the answer to this, I'm sure. What animal's milk is used to make authentic mozzarella cheese?
Ooh, mozzarella cheese.
We all love it, don't we?
Mozzarella sticks and just cutting them in half and pulling them apart.
Apparently there's authentic mozzarella and there's just mozzarella. So I didn't know this when I found this little question. Interesting. So keep an eye on those comments coming in.
I have 3 on Facebook currently.
Wow, already?
Peggy, Janet, and Edie.
Okay, what do they say in order? What are their answers?
Peggy first said goat, Janet said goat second, and then Edie said buffalo.
Oh, okay. Well, you know what? I think we're gonna have to award it to Edie. It's Water Buffalo.
Which Connie commented that after Edie, but Connie already won a trivia,
Yep.
so we'll do Edie.
Yep. I gotta find Edie's name on here because well, let me
Edie
refresh.
Evans Bisbee. Like a busy
Water
bee.
Buffalo. Yep. Gonna find
Bye, Candy. Have fun at your appointment. Watch the replay for the last bracelet.
Edie Evans. Okay.
She must be a busy bee. I love Bisbee. Bisbee. Like a busy bee. That's so cute. So she won the panel trio here, and as long as she has an open order with us on vintageliveshop.com, we will ship these free to her in her order.
Okay, you gotta be ready for this one.
Okay, let's see the doodle.
This one's a little bit outrageous.
Oh my goodness. Peggy's gonna love that doodle.
That's
She's gonna
that's
love
my
it.
best take at a water buffalo.
That is actually really good.
All right.
That
It's
is
kind of
good.
hard with Sharpies, you know. You can't really draw that well with Sharpies.
That's so fun. That's the best drawing yet, I think.
Oh, I know. I got a better one today. I've got one for the trivia, which
For
I
the
think
big
came out
loot.
pretty good. I mean, with the big loot, yeah, that I think came
Okay.
out pretty good. All right, I'll be over in a bit.
Okay, bye. We will draw for that big loot at the end of the live, and I'm so excited. And then we will show what everything looks like on. This is the last piece that we're demoing today. I will tell you what, ladies, I was making the listings yesterday, and I was saying, okay, I'm a little short on listings. I think I need to offer more. How do I do that? What do I do? And I'm like scrambling at this point. It's, the afternoon of yesterday, the day before the live, and I'm scrambling, and I don't know how this came to mind, but it just did. And I love it. It is so cute. It's really, really, really pretty when it's on. But last minute I was like, okay, I have to make one more thing so I can add enough listings for everybody to, have something to buy or have something to make. And this is what came of it. So I hope you're just excited for this one as I am. And it's only $20 for the kit. Buy it. 26 pieces for $20, cart 110. Everything that you need to make this comes in the kit. I don't think I did any samplers this time around. Everything comes with everything you need for all the kits during the live today, which we love that. And it's not all the time that I'm able to do that because sometimes all the findings and chains and etc. can make something pretty expensive. And I know you guys have that stuff on hand because you guys are jewelry designers. So when I can, I'm going to make them full kits. But in the event that I can't, they will be samplers. So you'll still get all the focals that you need to make something.
We're still getting.
When the wind is blowing, it's when it gets like that. But it's not like super bad today. At least the water's done for now, I think. I don't know. Okay. Have fun in the cave. All right. So I'm gonna do okay. So the version that you're seeing here is silver. You know what I'm gonna do for you? I'm gonna do a gold version. Um, the gold version will not come in a kit because I don't have that listed as a kit, and I didn't even think of that until just now. But everything that you need to make the silver version will come in this kit, part 110. But you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna demo it for a gold version. So if you're more of a gold tone person, you can see what it looks like in gold, and then you can buy the bulk packs you need to make it. Otherwise, if you email me and you want this kit in gold, I will create an invoice for you and send it to you, which will be way easier for me. So if you did not buy this in silver and you want it in gold, the full kit, and don't want to buy the bulk packs, email me. I'll get to you back to you next week when I'm back from Virginia, and I'll create an invoice for you for a gold version of this bracelet instead. How about that? How about that? Okay, so I'm gonna do our little gold pieces here, which I do have bulk packs of all this stuff, except for that really pretty filigree. This one, I do not have bulk packs of that. For on Vintage Live Shop, I think I do have it wholesale available, I think, but not 100% sure. All right, we're gonna do a little bit more cutting too, but like I think that's gonna be stunning in gold as well. But we need to cut. Let's cut, 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 cut. We're going to cut right here. And then we're gonna do that right on the other side. So let me cut all the way through. Should have had Kieran sharpen my stuff before he left today. Okay. Other side. Is that cut all the way? Okay. Fold those up. I'm going to stick my round nose in there because it's going to be a little bit easier for me to pull it with the round nose versus the chain nose. And then I'll go back to my chain nose. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. We're going to pull those up. Pull them slow. They're thin. Pull them nice and slow. These are your securing components for your Rivoli that we're putting in there. I need to pull it up even more. So I'm going to grab here and pull up slow. Yep, that's better. I'm going to do that on the other side. Flatten that back out a little bit. Get right down in that notch where I need to be. And pull that. Move it slow, please. Move it slow so you don't break it. All right. Is that a good representation there? Can you see? Push that on a little bit. So this is what we're looking like. You set your Rivoli in there. You can create a small dap on this as well if you want. But I'm just gonna follow the curves with my chain nose so I don't have to do that. I'm gonna fold down those prongs over the F20. It's going to be a loose fit at first. So don't worry if it's not like if you're gonna see your open holes in like that. Do not worry. Because we will come in and fix that. Just making sure that these top points are secure and we're tightening them as much as we can into the center there. And then pushing down and matching the curve of the Rivoli. And just be careful using your pliers because this is open. So you don't necessarily want to be scratching your crystal up too much. So just be careful. Okay. That's looking pretty good for that so far. It's a nice loose fit. So I'm going to pull the sides of this down closer toward the crystal. And it's going to like round toward the crystal. Where's my, can use a cloth too if you're worried about your crystal integrity. All right. That's matching pretty well now. I do need to pull this in a little bit. So I'm going to actually shift my Rivoli down with my bead awl and then come in from either side here. Make sure that I'm in frame. Scrunch that in. I'm going to do it slow because I don't want to crack my crystal or anything. I don't want to ruin these prongs that are holding my Rivoli in. That's looking good. And then I need to come in and redo some of this from the top, matching the curve of the crystal. Okay, that looks really good. Oh, geez. Just flick that out of my hand. That's looking pretty dang good. I'm coming from the top too and kind of scrunching from the top if you have a little bit of extra room. And you bring that crystal back down. There's a lot of maneuvering when wrapping and like fixing placement and things. So like I said earlier, don't get discouraged if you have to work with it a little bit because you want the best fitment so your crystal has the best security. I should probably put my cloth on the other side, but that's okay. Bring this prong back up to the center. I always like to like shake my piece, kind of tug around with it a little bit to make sure that it's not coming out, which stunning as a bracelet as well. Like that. Do you guys like that? So it'd be a really pretty like earring connector too. Can hang an ear wire up top and dangle something from the bottom, or just leave it like that. This would be like a cute like choker centerpiece too if you had it up there for your choker. But I love that filigree. Amanda. That is going to be, it is on retail. It's like, oh, why can't I think of its item number right away? I don't know if we have it. Did you say wholesale? Oh no, you did say retail. It is on the retail site, or at least it was. Oh yes. If you follow this link that I'm putting into the Facebook comments, you can buy it on retail. Control V. Enter. I have to hit like different points on my keyboards because I have this thing here in the center. There we go. It's called our deco window. F029 is the part number. But I love it. And I'll add that to your queue of orders as well. When I get back next week, I'm pulling the next stash shipment. So I'll be able to ship your orders next week, Amanda. Isn't that really pretty though? Gorgeous. Gorgeous. Okay. This is getting wrapped over this. So what's really cool about this ring, which I have this in bulk. I did not have that filigree in bulk, but I do have this ring in bulk. I have it in gold or silver. So you can get 5 pieces of gold or 5 pieces of silver. Part 111. They are pewter based and either gold plated or silver plated. They have like these knobbies. It's like ribbed, which is really nice when you're wrapping this because these thin filigree lines kind of fit perfectly in those grooves, which makes it really easy to wrap this over top of the ring. And then you'll see here that before I wrap it, if I can get it kind of centered there, this hole and this hole are large enough when these are folded over to sit with your jump rings. So your jump rings go into those holes and then these get folded over. So let's do that. Gonna line it up pretty center, kind of hold it there, and I'm just gonna use my fingers to wrap down the side. Looking good. And then I can tuck this tail up and under that ring there. Tuck that a little bit more. Nice. I need to shift it a little bit. So pull that up and make sure that I get this folded down correctly this time, because I need to save some room for my jump ring. Okay, it's looking good. And then your little four little swirl things sit right onto the ring. Looks stunning. Love that as is. And then we have these cute squares. Now these square blanks, I have a bulk pack, 40 pieces total. So cart 112, these are brass based, gold or silver plated, and you can get 40 pieces gold, 40 pieces silver, or 20 pieces gold and 20 pieces silver together in a pack for a total of 40 pieces. So you have three options: just the gold, just the silver, or a sampling of both. In this cart 111 or 112 listing. So you don't need the whole 20 pieces or whole 40 pieces for this. So you could get the half and half, which will give you enough to do this and give you enough to do this. Just the square versions, but all fun. Grab your hole punch. I'm just going to do a couple of these here. I'm going to punch directly below the other punch hole. Chain nose pliers make it a little bit easier to pull them off if your piece gets stuck. Sometimes it's harder to grab the smaller pieces off the hole punch. So then I'll just come in with the chain nose and wiggle it off. Do 2 for now. I do not have gold 40s on me, do I? I have my little jump ring bin right off to the side here. If I don't have gold on me, I'll just do solid brass for now, because that's pretty close to the tone. So JR40s are what you're going to be using to connect your ring to your square. Now, the JR40, I don't know if it goes in the smaller one. Oh, it does. Okay, never mind. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter then. I'm gonna string the JR40 in between the filigree there and hook on your square. You can do that on both sides. Let me take a drink here. Your other square with your filigree ring wrap. Gold. And then you would do the same thing, do and add your hold punches to these other squares. Like that. And then the connecting jump ring in between these are JR20s. So you're going to have your two JR40s and then the rest of the squares being connected by JR20s. And then you will get CH0007 in this kit. I'm going to pop up the kit again. I keep coughing. I have like a tickle in my throat. Oh my goodness. Okay. CH0007. This is not a chain that I featured before, but I did want to show you guys what it looked like and that it is an option. Let me just zoom in on here so you guys can see the etching. So this is a really fine unsoldered, so you can open and close these links, etched chain. Super beautiful. So it looks like on the wrist. So you will get some of this for your bracelet kit. Otherwise, now you know what the chain number is for that. So then you'll use, I did a direct connection because those links can open and close. So I just opened that link, attached it to the square, and then did my JR20 to my CL0003. And then on the other side, it's a JR20 to a JR40. And that, guys, you guys know that connecting jump rings is really simple. So I'm not going to go that far on here. And then these tiny flatbacks, they are not pictured in the listing, but they do come in the kit. I did note that in the listing too. I said I forgot to, photograph them. They're not photographed, but they do come in the kit. So don't worry. But I just glued those little flatbacks, which are perfect right in between. Get you a focused thing. There we go. Right in between those jump rings, just to add a little bit of oomph and to kind of reflect from the center crystal that we did. But the gold is so pretty. Of course. It's okay, Debbie. We're just finishing up, so you'll have to watch the replay. But yeah, no, I really love that filigree. It's super fun, super beautiful, and it looks great when it's wrapped like that. Also, speaking of wraps, before we get too crazy here, would you guys potentially like it if I did something like this? I was thinking about this today as well before the live started, but I wanted to create a sampler pack. It'll have more than this in it, and it'll show like all the examples. But you guys have seen me wrap the Swarovski in this piece. You guys just see me wrap it in this piece. You guys have seen me wrap it in this piece. And I'm talking about the 12mm Swarovski. Would you guys like it if I created a quote unquote wrap pack for Rivolies? So that would include something like this, maybe a couple other pieces, and then it'll show pictures of what a Rivoli looks like wrapped in them. Is that something you guys would be interested in? Like a Rivoli wrap pack? With or without crystals. Maybe I could do like a Rivoli pack. So you pick out your own crystals and then you get your little wrapping filigrees. But I thought that was a good idea, or a cute idea. So you can just go visit that listing and then see all the different wraps that we do with them if you're having some trouble finding your own inspiration for it. Peggy said yes, please. Okay, I love you. I'll do it. So that's super fun. Well, cool. Okay, Debbie said yes. Sherry said yes. So that is something you guys would be interested in. Then I can probably actually, since next week's going to be a little bit of a shorter week for me because, I'm losing a day being out of town, and I'm losing 2 days this week to design because I'm out of town. But I can create that for next week. And that'll be one listing that's easy for me to get like complete and done, not much thought. But okay, sounds like we have a lot of yeses to that. I will make that happen for you guys. Okay. it looks like Uncle Doug's gone right now. So we can probably do the look first and then yeah, we'll do that. I'm gonna flip this camera around here. Hi. We'll do the look first and then when Uncle Doug gets back, unless he like left. No, his car's still here. Once he gets back, then we'll do the big loot giveaway. I don't know where he went though. It's probably important. Guys like my little shorts? Freaking love them. They're like golf shorts because Ian golfs and I just want to look good while he's golfing. So, what? You want to do it now? Okay. I didn't know if you were like where you were. Oh, you're fixing doorbells? Okay. We're going to do the big loot giveaway. So give me 1 second. Uncle Doug just came in, and then we'll do the look after then. Hold on. Switch it back. You have to send me the Facebook names. Or maybe I can do that. Or no, I need you to send me the YouTube names, not the Facebook names. Okay. So you guys know the drill. You love React, the live demo for a chance to win the Big Loot giveaway. Must have an open order with us on vintageliveshop.com to claim. I'm going in and getting our Facebook names. Uncle Doug is sending me our YouTube names. And then we'll do the look right after them. How about that? Okay. Jeez. A 1 in 14 chance on Facebook? That's literally insane. All you ladies need to love it, or else you're not entered. You're only entered if you love it. Too bad, so sad. Okay. Need my YouTube names. Let me bring Uncle Doug on here. Did we have any YouTube contestants?
3. 3 of them.
Okay.
Did you get them?
Oh, now I did. It just didn't give me a notification that your message sent. Okay. All right. Let's shift enter. I'll control V because I have to say everything that I'm doing. Sort. We are looking ready to go. You have some pretty good chances, everybody. I'm gonna pull this out. Just ever so slow. It might disconnect. We'll see. The charger unplugged. It's at 8%. Stay with us, everybody. I know. The charger keeps going in and out. We're spinning right now, so I'm not even going to give you a countdown. Has Connie won a big loot?
I'm gonna find out.
Connie Benner. Which I know she won a trivia today, so we'll see if she's won a big loot.
I don't think so.
Yay! Is this Connie's first time? Connie, you'll have to let us know if it's your first time or if you're just like in the threshold.
Well, she definitely got a double win, right?
Yes. How fun. Good job, Connie. Thanks for love reacting and interacting with us all the time. So this is the piece where I was like, you should just cut along this line and then it would be like a super cute small butterfly.
Speaking of super cute.
Let's see your doodle. super cute. We love it.
It's my favorite springtime bird.
Love it, love it.
It's the bluebird.
Bluebird. They're so pretty.
Yeah, I love the bluebirds. I used to do bluebird houses all the time. I don't know why I stopped. One year we even had them come to the birdhouse on our deck. And
Oh,
so the problem was it gets super hot there in the sun, and
uh-huh.
those birdhouses were just for decoration. So I had a
Sure.
mama and probably 4 or 6 birds who were in there in the scorching sun. So I'd go out there every few hours and just spray them with a little like a water spray bottle. I
Yeah.
would just mist it in there, and they all survived. That was pretty cool.
Huh, that's
But still,
interesting.
yeah, I never had them come so close to the house as that.
Right. All right. Well, we're gonna do our look. If you
Okay,
want
I'll
to
bring
say
this
bye to
over.
everybody. Okay. Bye. Okay, we're gonna flip this back around. Hello. Hello, hello. Maybe I can turn this light off there to make it a little bit better. Less less bright. Maybe I can shift this. Oh, that was the wrong way. I should have shifted it this way so it's less bright. There we go. That's a little bit better. Trying to. Okay. Doink. Doink. All right. First necklace. And Connie said it is her first time this time winning. So that's amazing.
That's nice.
Okay. We're going to have to probably zoom in a little bit on here. This is what it would look like as a choker
That's what she wants.
size.
One of your hairs that I found on here.
Probably not. There is so much of my hair probably everywhere because I am always. Oh, I know. You'd probably clog it. I have so much hair that it just falls out. But I have like so much that I don't even realize it falls out. I just see it.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh,
All right. Here you go.
thank you. So this is that. Otherwise, you can wear it long too if you'd prefer. I should have zoomed out a little bit. There we go. That's very pretty. Love it. How many necklaces did I do today? Just the one, I think, right? And then the rest were earrings. And then I did one bracelet too, I think. This is the bracelet. Maybe when I do the look, I should probably bring my phone in for that. So it's easier for me to show you guys everything. Like try not to get it to focus on my face. I'm not latching it. I'm just the light behind me is pretty bright too. These are really pretty. I'm try and get them in, but it was a little bit harder for me to get them in before. So that's the purple version. This is the green version without the little flat back. Otherwise, just add the flat back. You didn't want to do that because we didn't want to waste too much time here. We have these. This way. This is smaller gauge here, so I was hoping I was going to get those in. Okay, maybe not. Those are very pretty. I can hold them the right way. I mean, this is why I need my phone. Okay. But at the same time, I don't want to have that many devices hooked up to my switcher because then it makes it hard. Oh no, this is the wrong side. I had the opposite side, this side, for this ear. These are for moons. Moon earrings, very pretty. I like it. I like that the coin chain is kind of making it look like it's stars. Of that. Okay, this earring, that earring. Did the bracelet, did the necklace, and then these are really cool. I'm hoping. Okay, there we go. I at least got one pair in, so then I can like swing them around a little bit for you. These are the cuckoo clock dragonfly earrings. They're super pretty. Like shake them around a little bit. Stunners. Beautiful. Okay, that's all I have for you though. Let me pop Uncle Doug on here and then we can say bye. Welcome back. Your big screen with me.
All right. Well, I fixed
Do
your
we,
cameras out there.
yes, do we
I
know
fixed your
what?
camera so you could always now hear the little chimey going on and everything.
Yay! Um, do we know what Jean and Ainsley are doing for Friday? I don't think I had seen any comments come
Um,
through. I should probably ask her before the live even starts, but I never remember to.
yeah, let me go over and look because it's on the DIY, right?
Maybe. Debbie says the moon is gorgeous. Thank you. Nancy said so pretty. I don't know how to pronounce your last name. I don't even want to have a crack at it, but I like it. It's unique.
Who's this? It?
Nancy, and then it's Saccocio.
Sacasio? Was it?
Maybe. Okay, yes, that's right. Thanks for reminding me. So Ainsley and Jean are doing the warehouse loot review on Friday. I will be leaving tomorrow morning for Virginia,
Friday.
so I will be driving back on Monday. So I will be back in time for next Wednesday's live demo. Don't worry.
We
You don't
also
have to
have
miss me too much.
the 21st for the master class for all those who are part of Backstage Pass. The
Yes.
21st will be Studio Insights with Ainsley.
Thank
So
you for saying that. And then the week after is when I'm doing my stash review. So it gives me a little bit of time in
yeah, you're
between
on the
to kind of,
27th. And again,
yes.
we've had a few consecutive weeks of masterclass related broadcasts that have been done on Tuesdays. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
sure. I think it might be returning back to Mondays soon, but at least yours beginning the 27th will return to Monday.
Usually, so mine will usually always be on Mondays. I think Ainsley's schedule is the determining factor for Tuesday
Yeah.
live, so it just depends. But
It seemed like Gene said that this was temporary for these Tuesdays because it's not
okay,
our intention really to make back to back days on our
right.
lives. So,
Cool beans.
yeah.
Amanda, thank you. She said beautiful collection as always. If you guys have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to me, warehouse@vintage.com, and then I will see those emails when I get back. Otherwise, visit vintageliveshop.com to go buy your listings and to view the kits and inspiration. Otherwise, if you have other questions and you don't want to email me, warehouse@vintage.com, you can always email Krista at customercare@vintage.com. That way, you guys know who to contact if you guys have questions or concerns regarding anything that deals with vintage. So you can reach out to me, warehouse@vintage.com, or Krista at customercare@vintage.com, and
You
we
can
will.
you can try to get one to me too, but if you think it'll help.
Yeah, and I'll always forward it to whomever it needs
Yeah,
to go
yeah,
to. So if you're trying to contact Jean or Uncle Doug here,
yeah,
then I'll just forward
yeah,
those.
yeah. And I'm going to see anything that comes through customer care anyway. So
Yeah,
it's nice to see once in a while
for
my
sure.
friends chiming in with questions and stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. I'm going to have fun. I'm not going to think about anything this weekend, but I should be back refreshed and super tan come
Oh
next week.
boy. What are you going to do? Lay on the beach all day?
It's going to be 90 degrees and our show's outside. So I'm going to get some good sun.
Get some
We'll have a
tan. Don't
10.
get burned though. Don't
No,
burn
I'll have
yourself
some.
so you look all crispy.
Fell out.
Yeah,
Back
I don't
in.
want to see crispy
Okay.
Corian.
No, nobody does. Okay. We'll see you guys next week.